Today we're going to do a full-length chair yoga practice that will include some standing exercises, but always feel free to do those remaining in your seat. Yoga is all about accepting, and more than accepting, honoring where you are today. So always work within the way that your body feels and what feels right to you. What I do here is just a guideline. You ignore anything and do what feels right to you. All right, let's get started. Go ahead and make yourself comfortable in your chair. Feet flat on the floor, hands relaxed in your lap. Sitting up comfortably tall, but resting on the support of the chair. Feel free to close your eyes and relax. Relax into your space. Relax into your chair. Relax into this time to turn inward, to bring the focus completely to yourself. Relax your belly. Relax your face. And take a couple of slow, deep breaths. And let that belly move up and down a few times as you breathe in and out. If it feels uncomfortable for you to let your belly move with your breath, go ahead and drop it. Don't need to stick with it, but try 1 or 2 belly breaths a day initially and see if you can gradually work up to finding a comfort level with that style of breathing. It will be so much better for you in the long run, but don't push it. Do what feels right at the time. Eventually let that deeper breathing go and settle into your natural breath. And notice the count of your breath. What do you count to as you breathe in? What do you count to as you breathe out when you're not trying to change the breath in any way? Are those counts the same? Do they vary? So making a slight change, try and make those counts the same if they're not already. For example, breathing in 1, 2, 3, 4, and breathing out 4, 3, 2, 1. Use a shorter count if that feels better. Use a longer count if you need it. But try and bring evenness to the breath. Notice how that feels to bring balance into the body by balancing the breath. Breathing in and out for the same count, each breath. The breaths don't need to be deep here, just your natural, comfortable breath with evenness. Taking maybe about 5 more breaths like this if it's feeling okay. Go ahead and let that focus on your breath go. And tune into the rest of you now that you've settled, now that you've balanced through the breath. Notice how your body's feeling right now. Notice your thoughts, your emotions, your energy level. And whatever you find today without worry or frustration, let it be your guide in your practice today. As I said at the beginning, always working in the way that feels best to you in everything. Movement, stillness, breath. Taking care of yourself is your first priority. And if you'd like to, take time now to set what's called an intention. An intention represents where you'd like to direct your focus today. And when you think about that, think beyond the physical, but about something that you'd like to draw out of you a bit more. Something that you'd like to see more of in your life, in yourself right now. We often jump to what we'd like to see less of. So if that's what came to you, less stress, less worry, flip that to a positive. I'd like to see more calm, more focus, more flexibility, whatever it is for you. And then instead of saying more of that, replace the word more with I am. So I am calm. I am flexible. Believing, knowing that you already have this quality within you. It's all about bringing it out, letting it shine. We do that by directing our energy towards it. So if something resonates with you, a word or a phrase, just repeat it quietly to yourself a few times as you let it sink in. And now we'll gently start to get the body moving, starting by releasing our joints. Feel free to keep your eyes closed or have them open just as you like throughout this practice. But when you feel ready, start some small circles from the base of your spine. Very small to start with, as if you're working around the boundaries of your chair. If you want to, you can start to make those circles bigger, going at your own pace. You might even want to bring shoulders into the movement, maybe head and neck. You choose, listening to your body. Eventually, start to circle in the other direction. Remember, we're coming out of the thinking mind into our bodies, our sensing, our feeling with our bodies. Take your time to gently come back to stillness. Just taking a breath. And we'll go ahead and turn the head over to the right and then back to the left. You might inhale as you turn right. Exhale back to the left. One more time each side. And eventually come back to center, and then go ahead and drop your chin down in front and lift it up. Working within the range of motion that feels right to your neck. Being particularly careful when you lift that chin to lift and lengthen the chin out rather than compressing the vertebrae in your neck by dropping the head back. Coming back to center when you're ready. And starting to circle those shoulders. Forward, up, back, and down again. Forward, up, back, and down. Unfolding from our day, going the opposite direction when you're ready. Last one. And coming back to center. Interlace your fingers at your chest level, leaving the thumbs out, and take a breath in as you reach those arms straight forward and stop when you feel an opening between the shoulder blades. And on an exhale, come back in towards your center. And again, breathing in, reach out. Find that place where you feel a stretch, and if you want to, maybe go a little bit further. Find your maximum opening between the shoulder blades. On an exhale, draw back in. One more time, breathing in, reach out to where you feel the stretch or to your max, you choose. Holding here this time. On your next exhale, take your arms over to the right, stopping when you feel the twist in your waist. On an inhale, come back to center, and exhale, other side, stopping when you feel it through the waist. Inhale, come back to center, reaching long, and exhaling, draw back in. Go ahead and release those hands and start to wiggle the fingers. Circle the wrists. Go in the other direction. And then we'll stretch those fingers wide and make a fist. Stretch and fist. Working into the forearms. Now go ahead and leave those hands open, stretched out wide, and touch each finger to your thumb. Up and down your hands, any pace you like. Just touch each finger to the thumb. And now we're going to play a little bit of a brain game. I'm going to call out which finger goes to the thumb. So let's bring our middle finger to thumb, pinky finger to thumb, middle finger to thumb, ring finger to thumb, index finger, pinky, middle finger, ring, index finger to thumb, ring finger to thumb. Have I got you yet? I got myself. Pinky to thumb. And relax. Go ahead and wiggle that all out. All right. From here, take a breath in and lift. Lengthen the front side of the body, lifting through the chest. And exhale, sink back into the support of your chair. As you inhale, lengthen again. Draw your shoulder blades towards each other, opening up the front side of the body. And as you exhale, move the shoulders away from each other as you draw your navel in. A couple more times with your own breath rhythm. A little seated cat-cow. One more time. Relax. All right, go ahead and sit back up tall, relaxing the upper body as we move down to the lower body. Bringing the feet up off the floor, doesn't matter how high, and start by wiggling your toes. So you can do these exercises with shoes on or off. I do caution against socks, just because you don't want to slip on the floor. So either barefoot or shoes would be my recommendation. Go ahead and point your toes and draw them towards you. Point and flex. Point and flex. And now we'll alternate that. So one foot, toes point, other flexes, and switch. Lift it up off the floor, point and flex. And then go ahead and come back to center and circle the ankles. Circle a few times in the other direction. And then lower the feet back to the floor. Lifting both legs back up again and lower. Lift and lower. Doesn't matter how high. Working within your range of motion. We're just mobilizing the knees. Getting the cracks and the kinks out. Last one. And we'll go ahead and move to just the right leg. Lift that knee up and lower. Remember, it doesn't matter how high. Hands can be involved or relaxed. Last time, hold it up there. And now we'll open out to the side and back to center. Open and center, just to the outside edge of the seat of your chair. Not very far. And from here, we'll circle. Circle from the hip. Lubricating the hip joint. Circle the other direction. And go ahead and relax. Let that right leg relax as we move to the left. Bringing that knee up and release. You can exhale as you squeeze in. Inhale as you relax down. last time, we'll keep it up there and gently open and back to center. Open and center. Remember, if any exercise doesn't feel good, go back to something that we did earlier that you like, or take a little bit of a rest if that's what your body needs right now. Circling from the hip when you're ready, and then back the other direction. Go ahead and relax, both feet flat on the floor. All right, from here, we're going to take both heels to one side and then the toes. Heels and toes as far over to one side as you can get, and then come back to center. Heels, toes, working through to the other side. Sort of a little dance for the feet. Come back to center. Go one more time to each side at your own pace. And then back to center. Beautiful. All right. Just sit still for a moment. Notice how you're feeling after mobilizing through the joints. And then we'll start to move on into our Surya Namaskar in Sanskrit, and that means our sun salutations. We'll do them from a seated position, lots of different ways to do these. If you're comfortable sitting up off the back of your chair now, but remember, whenever you need a little bit more support, you can use the back of the chair. All right, bring the arms down by your sides, palms facing behind, shoulders just relaxed. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, hinge forward just about 45 degrees, drawing that navel in. Inhale to come up, exhale to hinge. One more time like this. Inhale, lift, exhale, hinge, keeping that spine neutral. Inhale, lift, and relax the hands down. Breathing in again, reach that right arm up, and as you exhale, reach it towards the left. Hold on to the chair for support with your left hand as we lengthen and open the right side of the body. You could do this without arms, or you could reach at shoulder level. The focus is on stretching out the right side of the torso. On an inhale, reach back up. Exhale, relax. Now the left. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, side bend to the right. Keep your head and your neck in a relaxed position. On an inhale, lift back up. Long spine. Exhale, relax. Now go ahead and find something behind you to hold on to, the legs or the seat of the chair, and take an inhale as you draw your shoulders towards each other, lifting your heart, and exhale to relax. Holding on to the chair for support here. As you inhale, option to lift both feet up off the floor, engaging the core, and exhale, lower down. You could do one leg at a time if that feels better. We're going to go through that sequence again. Shorten it a little bit as we move with the breath. So sitting up nice and tall, arms start down by the sides, palms face back. Take a breath. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale up, exhale, relax. We're going to start on the left this time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, side bend. Feel free to follow your own breath rhythm. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, relax. You don't have to be in sync with me. Inhale, right arm. Exhale, side bend. Inhale, lengthen that spine. Reach tall. Exhale to relax. Hands come somewhere behind. Inhale. Lift your heart. Exhale. Relax. Option to finish with the legs. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. One at a time or both together. If you do both together, make sure you're holding on to the chair. All right, go ahead and relax your hands. Take a moment if you'd like and close your eyes. And just breathe. Notice how you're feeling after getting the body moving. And notice in every way, not just physically. Start to bring some evenness back into your breath again. Noticing how the breath has changed. Coming back to a couple even breaths. And remembering the intention that you set at the beginning. When you're ready, you can open your eyes if you like, and we're going to get ready to come to stand. So go ahead and sit forward in your chair a little bit, toes facing forward, sitting up nice and tall. So feet in line with the knees and the hips, but if you feel more stable stepping the feet out a bit wider, go ahead and do that. We just don't want to come more narrow. That will throw off our center of gravity. So sitting up tall, remember the hinging that we did, we're going to bring that back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, lift. This time we're going to lift our hips up off the chair. Exhale, lift up just a little bit. Inhale, sit back down. We'll do that again. Exhale and lift. Press those feet into the floor. Use your legs, helping us functionally be able to stand up out of a chair without holding on. If you need to hold on, you just hold on though. It's all practice. We do what we can. On the next one, we're going to lift up and lift all the way to stand. Excellent. Relax your hands. Go ahead and come behind your chair if you like, so that you know you've got it there to reach for whenever you need it for balance. I'll stay in front for most of it so that you can see me, but I will come behind at times. All right, so find your Tadasana. That means mountain pose. So we want our toes facing forward, feet pressed firmly and evenly into the floor, at least hip distance apart. Wider is fine. And try not to completely lock into your knees. Leave a tiny little micro bend there. Lengthening that spine, taking the shoulders gently up and back, and relaxing down. Crown of the head is gently reaching towards the sky. So it's much like our seated posture, but we're standing tall and still, just like a mountain. From here, take a breath in, reach up. Let your palms come together and exhale. Draw down through your center, back to your heart. Again, breathe in, reach up, moving the air as you go. Exhale, draw those thumbs across your forehead as you come back to your heart. One more time. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw down to your center. And then relax the hands. I'm going to focus on the feet a little bit here. So go ahead and lift your right heel up, pressing the ball of that right foot into the floor or your mat. Stretching the sole of your right foot. And then go ahead and lower that down. And switch. Lift the left heel up, pressing the sole of that foot down into the floor, getting a good stretch. And relax. And now we'll do the same thing with our hands and feet. You don't have to do the hands, it's just an option, but we're going to claw our fingers and our toes. And then relax. Inhale as you claw. Your toes are like they're trying to pick up the carpet or the mat, whatever you're standing on, with your toes. And relax. A couple more. Lift, claw, lifting the arches of those feet. They have a tendency to spread out as we get older and flatten. Relax. We want to keep them as long as we can. Lift. One more time. Claw those toes, claw those fingers. And relax. Beautiful. All right. From here, go ahead and step out nice and wide. I'm going to go ahead and move this forward. All right. Turn your toes out, stepping out as wide as you feel comfortable. And we're going to inhale, reach those arms wide. Let yourself take up space. Reach into your day. Exhale, come back to center. Again, inhale, release, open the front side of the body. Exhale, back to center. One more time. Expand. Exhale, back to center. Now we're going to add the legs. So you could always eliminate arms or legs for less intensity. Exhale, sink down into a squat. Inhale, expand, straighten the legs. Exhale, sink down. One more time like this. Exhale, drawing that tailbone down into the space between the feet. Next time we're going to hold as an option. Coming out of it whenever you need to, lifting up higher if this bothers your knees. holding on to the chair if you need to. Breathing here. Always keep breathing. Don't ever hold your breath because you're holding the pose. Do you want to come down a little lower for one breath? Do you want to back off a little bit? See how you feel. Listen to yourself. When you're ready, press back up to stand. Beautiful. Go ahead and give those legs a little wiggle. Turning the toes either to face directly forward or even slightly in if that feels okay. Inhale and reach up. Exhale, reach down for your chair and come into a forward bend. So hinging that spine forward, sending the hips back, making sure to keep the head above the heart. Inhale, slowly come back up. Beautiful, relax. Go ahead and step the feet back together, back to your Tadasana. And we'll take a breath in, reach up. You don't have to reach up. You could reach to shoulder level or you could just breathe without using the arms. Go ahead and reach down for your chair as you exhale and step the right leg back. We're coming into a lunge here, so we want to try and have the back heel lifted, the right heel lifted, and bend that front knee into what's called Anjaneyasana or crescent pose. You could reach one arm up or both. So we think light and lifted through the upper body, strong through the legs. Go ahead and one more breath here. Inhale, exhale. Reach the arms down for the back of the chair and step back together, back to your Tadasana. Getting ready for the other side. Inhale and lift. Exhale. Hold the chair as you step back. Left leg back, trying to keep that heel lifted. As we bend the front knee, we're keeping the back leg straight. Excuse me. Nice strong lunge. If you want to, add one arm or both. Navel is gently drawn in. We don't need to be too intense with the core here, but we want to be strong. One more breath in. Exhale. Lower the hands down and step forward. Back to Tadasana. Beautiful. How you feeling? Hope you're okay. All right. I'm going to go ahead and come to the right side of the chair from the back. So come over to the right side for a little bit of balance. So find your Tadasana. Before we balance, it's always important that we start from a solid foundation. So finding yourself evenly balanced over both legs. Once you've got that, you could shift your weight into your left leg, your inside leg, holding on to the chair whenever you need to and going to whatever level you want to today. Maybe this is enough. Just that shift of weight is enough to strengthen in that left leg. If you want more, turn the toes out on your right foot. Maybe draw that right heel up next to the left ankle. You could even lift that whole foot up off the floor. It can go anywhere along the leg that you like. You can hold the chair. You just don't want to press into your knee. If you're not holding the chair, hands can do whatever you want them to do. You could hold them at your heart. You could reach them out to help stabilize you or reach up. Just make sure you're breathing. On an exhale, lower back to stand. Good. So you might prefer just to take stillness here, or it might feel good to pedal out your feet a little bit. We're all different. When you're ready, go ahead and come to the other side of the chair for the other side. So a couple keys with balance. Like I said before, keep breathing. Make sure you're breathing. We have a tendency to hold our breath when we're holding a pose, but we want to keep our breath smooth. That will actually help us balance. We also want to find one thing to look at and let our eyes focus on that. But it's a soft gaze because we're really drawing our focus in to ourselves. So find your Tadasana, standing tall. Shift your weight into your right leg, your inside leg. If you want to, turn that left foot up, activating your abductor muscles and the rotators in your hip. Maybe drawing that left heel up to the right ankle. Maybe lifting the whole foot up off the floor. Doing whatever you like with your hands. So many options. You just do you. Breathing, focusing. Beautiful. Strong like a tree, but maybe a bit wobbly. Trees wobble. And we'll go ahead and lower back down to stand. Excellent. All right. Go ahead and come back behind the chair again. This time, keep your hands at about shoulder distance apart, shoulder width apart, and start to walk the feet back for a standing version of downward facing dog with the chair. So we want to send the hips back away from us and keep our arms at about an arm's length. So shoulder to wrist from the chair, keeping the head above the heart, pressing the heels towards the floor, lengthening the spine. So we're aiming in downward facing dog to get a big stretch through your hamstrings and a stretch through the spine as well. At the same time, we're strengthening because I want you to, without moving your hands and your feet, gently feel as if you're drawing them towards each other. So your muscles are engaged, they're not passive. When you're ready, slowly walk back towards your chair. Good. Go ahead and step wide, a little bit wider than hip width again. And we're just gonna let all that go. Get a little bit of a softness in the knees and start to swing the arms if you'd like. You could follow your arms with your gaze, or you could continue to look straight ahead. Just feeling a bit more light and free in our movements after all that strengthening and focusing. Just let it go. Enjoy the feeling of your arms free of gravity for just a millisecond as they swing up before they are taken back down with gravity. All right, go ahead and take yourself slowly back to stillness, holding onto the chair, remember, if you like. You can close your eyes here for a moment if that feels okay. And once again, check back in. How are you feeling in every way? What's your breath doing? It's normal for it to speed up, so that's okay if it's shallower, faster. Give it a chance now to slow back down. If you can, try a couple of those even breaths again. Remember your intention if you set one. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes, and we're going to come back around to the front of the chair. Don't sit down quite yet. Just stand right in front of it so that you know it's there. And then take a breath in. You could reach your arms up to shoulder level or all the way up overhead, maybe just in front of the shoulders. And relax down. And this time, we're going to inhale, reach the arms into whatever position you like. Exhale, sink down, not quite all the way to the chair. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, sink down. Inhale, lift. Couple more times. Hands could stay on the hips too, that's another option. And of course, if you're ready to sit down, just sit down. Last time here, we're just gonna hover just above the seat of the chair. Weight is more in your heels here. Your arms are either biceps next to your ears or straight out at shoulder level or hands on your hips. And you're breathing. Whenever you're ready to, slowly lower all the way down into your chair. Whew. Good work. All right. Sitting a little bit forward in the chair, trying not to use that back if we can for a little bit longer. And we'll go ahead and take those shoulders up and roll them gently back and reach the arms down by our sides. Palms are facing forward here, fingertips reaching down and away. This is a variation of what we call Shalabhasana or locust pose. It's a heart opener. Drawing those shoulder blades towards each other, just not too aggressively. Make sure to keep a little bit of space back there. On an exhale, relax. All right, sitting tall. Once more, a little bit forward in the chair. Let your hands frame your knees here. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, start to hinge forward again, this time sliding the fingers down the outsides of the legs. Stop wherever you find your max, and your max would be where you're no longer neutral through the spine, you're starting to round. We don't want to round, we want to keep those spines long. So that could be all the way, fingers to the floor as if you were picking something up, or maybe it's somewhere in between. When you get there, take a full breath in and out, and then slowly lengthen the crown of the head back up to sit, keeping that spine neutral the whole way. And just relax here. All right, take your right hand now over to the outside of your left knee, and then take your left hand behind you, anywhere that's comfortable, anything that's comfortable to hold on to. Take a breath in, sit tall, and then as you exhale, turn from your belly, your core, towards the left. Now your head, you could continue to face forward. If that's best for your neck, you could look off to the side, or you could look over your left shoulder. Whatever feels best for you. Aiming to keep that spine stacked right up over the hips. On an inhale, come back to center, and exhale to relax. Other side, take that left hand over to the outside of the right knee, right hand behind. Inhale, sit tall as you can. Keep that length in your spine as you slowly turn towards the right. Head follows if it moves at all, doesn't have to. We're keeping the spine long. Inhale, come back to center and relax. All right, go ahead now and relax back into the support of your chair. We're going to finish today with some few little exercises for the eyes. So if you have glasses, you may want to take them off just briefly. And we'll start by sitting nice and still and just taking the eyes to look right and then left, right and left, side to side. The only thing that's moving is the eyes. I feel like a ninja when I do this. Am I the only one? And come back to center. And now, still moving just the eyes, look up to the ceiling and down at the floor. Up and down. Just the eyes. Anyone starting to feel it in their eye muscles? I always feel this one right away. And come back to center. All right. And now rub your hands together in front of your palms together, creating some warmth, some energy here. And then when you're ready to, close your eyes and put your nice warm palms over your closed eyes. So you're shutting out all light. But if you still see flashes or color, that's completely normal. And then, underneath your warm palms, open your eyes again and blink in that warmth. And then when you're ready to, relax your hands down in your lap. It's a beautiful way to brighten up your eyes after staring at a screen. How many of us are staring at a screen a lot more than we used to lately? So it's good to brighten up our eyes a little bit, take a break from those screens. All right. We've made it. It's time for Shavasana, which means our final comfortable resting pose. So make yourself completely comfortable in your chair. Feel free to close your eyes again, only if you want to. And relax. Relax the belly again so that you can breathe easily. No more core work right now. Relax your face. Let let your feet feel sort of heavy against the floor. Let the backs of your legs, your hips, your spine just really nestle into the support of the chair. Let your hands relax in your lap wherever they're comfortable. It might feel nice to open the palms up towards the ceiling. Might create a little bit more openness in your chest and in just the way that you feel overall, a little bit more open. But if it creates any discomfort or worry, don't do it. The point here is to relax. You can only relax when you feel comfortable